How you guys doing? What's going on? I wanted to sit and talk to you guys about Christian Rock. Some things are very concerning and very alarming. I saw this video and oh my God, I just feel so much horrible for Junior. You guys know that Christian Rock has a child. They call him, baby Junior. We don't know who his real biological father is. People are saying it's Ronnie. People are saying Krishan Rock got his father capped in order so Blueface can claim him, but Blueface never really act as a biological father because currently today we never see Blueface active as a father. We see Blueface, he's on live stream every single day, you know. We see Blueface parents, but they're never spending time with this junior kid. They act as if they don't even know this junior kid. So the whole situation is so weird. Do you guys agree this situation is so weird? Press 7 if this situation is so weird. It's so freaking weird. Krishan Rock, her past is very nasty. Her parents never loved her. Her parents decide to take drugs over being a parent and doing all this other stuff in the streets. So she had a horrible upbringing. Her parents failed her. And she decided to make the same failed mistakes with procreating with the dude. I don't know who did she procreate with. I don't know who she procreated with. All those other kids that she killed, she claimed she killed what, 9, 10 kids. Press 2 if you guys remember when she claimed she killed 10 or 9 kids. She sees abortion as killing. So her belief is abortion is killing your kid. So I'm just being respectful based on her belief. She said she killed about 9 or 10 kids. She's a kid killer. And I want to know who all were those kids that she killed. Were they Ronnie kids? Were they different men that she dealt with? Were they their kids? Like, who kids were they? Do you guys know? And this was before Blueface. So Krishan Rock, she's been very active, extremely active, and she's been very irresponsible with her kitty cat. And you guys, we need to get the likes up. If you guys can get the likes up, we really appreciate it. We only have 12 likes right now, but I do believe that we can do better than that. We only have 13 likes, so we can get it up to 20 likes. Come on. I do have the phone lines open if you guys want to call in to talk about this situation. Let's do it. Yeah. So she is a kid killer. And I believe she said the reason why she wanted this child, even though it was out of wedlock, which is out of her beliefs because she's a self proclaimed Christian, and Christians don't believe in fornicating, okay? Um, or they don't believe in killing kids either. But I guess she said this one, she said God talked to her and God told her that she have to have this baby. And if she did not have this baby, God was going to curse her because she killed so many kids before. So she felt like she didn't want to do another abortion. So she wanted to go through this baby. Even though she was having STDs, they said she was suffering from chlamydia. That is what her sister is saying. I'm not putting none of this situation out of here. Everything that comes out, it comes from her own people. It comes from the people that she surrounds herself with, the men that she sleeps with. So that's very telling of a person character and them having discernment and them being a horrible decision maker. And people can say, "Oh, well, she's young. I don't give a damn. I was young and I never made that dumbass decision. I got little cousins that are young and they would never make that decision, that goofy decision, that horrible decision." So it has nothing to do with her age, but more to do with her character. more to do with herself, more to do with her soul. Okay? And then people want to try to blame it where, she was raised horrible. Okay. So has everybody else. Look around. Most of these people don't even know their biological father. They would never know their biological father. Most of them are raised in broken houses. Most of them are getting abused on. Most of them are getting molested. Join the fucking pack, okay? And you see these individuals, they don't make horrible decisions. So all the excuses, come on now, let's just stop it. A lot of people got a sad song. She just one that know how to. She's more popular. So there you have that. So let's get these likes up. We only have 22 likes and we can do better than that. And if you guys are listening, I would love for you guys to comment. When you guys make comments, it's very important. So comment. I want to know, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If so, put it in the comment section. Let me know why. So, yeah. So she had the baby. She said God told her to do it. Even though she was pregnant with the baby, she was doing all these drugs. She was drinking. She was fighting. She was stressing. She didn't care about the baby. So, what makes you think after having the baby, she was going to give a fuck about the baby? She never gave a fuck about the baby. Okay? I have not seen one time where she gave a fuck about the baby. Usually, people care when the baby is in their womb and they're like, okay, I need to stop this smoking and drinking and carrying on. I need to really, watch out for my baby. But honey, they said, according from her sister, that she had chlamydia. She was fucking with her baby, messing with thug men that had all these STDs. And she didn't even want to get a C-section, they say, because she was afraid that it would ruin her tattoo. Like, she was so concerned with her vanity, and vanity is more so how you look. Like, being concerned about a tattoo, that is vanity. And I'm like, well, I thought she said she talked to God and God told her how to baby. So God didn't tell her to lose her vanity either. Like, God didn't tell her, humble yourself, stop worrying about what you look like and them tattoos. Okay. I guess not, because the sister said that she was so concerned about messing up the tattoo. So that's just wild. So fast forward, we are here now. I went over to Sean Davy Way because he's always speaking about Chrisean Rock. He's like the leader on YouTube when it comes to getting justice for Baby Junior. And he was talking about the baby may need a feeding tube. And honey, have y'all ever seen a feeding tube on a baby? Oh my God. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. I didn't know if I want to cry. I didn't know if I want to throw up. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I saw that shit in their stomach. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Hey, Mr. Jerome. Jerome said, Gigi, I wish you would say had abortions rather than killing kids. Well, Jerome, I understand that everybody have their different beliefs. I only say killing kids because that is what she came out to say. You know, she is a Christian, and that is what Christians' beliefs are. And I'm just saying what she's saying. If any woman out here, if you had an abortion, I'm going to name it how you identify. If you name it as abortion, then so be it. If you see it as killing kids, then so be it. They said Puerto Rico just made a law where I guess they see a fetus as a human now. Like, before the baby is born, they consider it as a human. So if you do have that type of abortion, you will be killing a human. So I understand how sensitive it is, Jerome, but we are turning a different page in this world. But she did say that, and I want to know, do you guys remember when she said she killed kids? She said she killed. She didn't say abortion. She identifies as killing kids, right? So press 2 if she did in fact say that. So I'm just going based off what she's saying. This is a Christian live. She is a Christian, and these are her beliefs. Let's get the likes up. We only have 26 likes. We can do much better than that, you guys. All right, we can do much better. But going into the video of Sean Davy Way, shout out to him. He's sticking on the case. I want to show you this feeding tube. Oh my God. Look, it's at the end, I believe. Okay. Is that it? Do y'all see it? Let me see. Fast forward it. I saw it at the end. It's all through here. He did a good job covering it. Let me see. Where is that feeding tube at? Lord, I think that's it too. My goodness. I don't know exact. Okay, here it is. That's what I saw. Look at that.
Nutrients they need to stay alive. Feeding
Look at that feeding tube. They're saying that's what Junior gonna need.
tubes are extremely important. Again, most cerebral palsy children are nonverbal, so they cannot communicate when they are in pain. They can't communicate when they are hungry. The communication is all based off of body language. That's why physical therapy, etc., is so important, because a professional is going to notice something that you don't. We are not trained to take care of.
So he's talking about this, the condition that baby Junior has, and Krishan Rock is not getting that baby the help they need. So did y'all see that feeding tube? Whoa.
It's
So
this
I'm just gonna go through some clips of what Sean Davy was talking about. He really go into detail about the baby and the baby condition and the early signs and how the baby move and how it can't move and about the limbs being stiff. And they're saying that's what Krishan Rock baby is dealing with. And I just look at it, I'm like, you know what? This didn't have to be. If she was not on them drugs, I think this baby like that because Krishan Rock failed to take care of her womb. She
hypotonia.
had all that chlamydia and all them diseases inside her body from fucking and doing all them drugs and doing all that stuff. And I think that's why her baby like that. And ain't it crazy how she said God told her to have this baby, and this is why she called this baby Jesus? Like, that is so crazy. It is crazy how her situation has turned out, but in a way it's not crazy, but in a way it's crazy because this could have been prevented. This shit could have been very much prevented, but she want to do what she want to do. So that's why I don't feel nothing for her. She's grown, she does what she want to do, and this is what she wanted to do. It says, "Oh, poor little baby boy. It's so sad. Someone just needs to be open and honest and take care of this little precious baby." Yeah, but she's not going to allow it to happen because she has a big ego and she don't want to accept the truth that she already failed him and she continues to fail him. So she is in denial. So she is going to F up his potential to get better because of her ego. Her ego is so big that she don't want to face the music. So she's going to do this to herself. They say, yes, she did with no remorse. Yep, that's right. So feel free to hit this link if you guys want to come up and say something. I want to know what your thoughts are. All right, so I'm going to play a little bit different clips.
Which is a low muscle tone, meaning the child has a hard time with set muscles throughout their body. That means there are certain things that they're going to be able to do and certain things that they're not. So when you see the arms of the child trapped underneath them, that is because of a low muscle tone. The arms are trapped because they are not strong enough yet to be able to lift themselves up off the ground. So if a child with cerebral palsy rolls on their stomach, it's a hard time for them to get back onto their back or onto their side. That's why there's someone around 24/7 to make sure that they are okay, because they can hurt or injure themselves if they are not being watched properly. If you are wondering why I'm bringing up a low muscle tone in a child that has cerebral palsy, because we have seen this before. Check out the next clip.
All right, so that looks like that's Blueface father. I know it's kind of low. Press 7 if you guys can tell that's Blueface father. Okay, so plus, if you guys can see that it's Blueface father, I know the video looks real dark, but that's him. So that means that is a Chrisean Rock's son. All right, so he's having a hard time getting up. As you guys see, he's flopping around. He's on his stomach, and they say when you have that type of disease, it's hard for you to pick yourself up. So he's just flopping around. He's really struggling because they said that he's not he don't have the strength to use his arms to get up because he got that disease. Yeah, he got that shit. I'm gonna fast forward it.
As he tries to scoot, as he tries to crawl, he's so cute. As he tries to do these things, it's difficult for him because his hands get trapped underneath his body. This is why Blueface's father, Jonathan, kept pulling him backwards to help him with the tummy time, because with low muscle tone, sometimes tummy time can be nearly impossible. And then sometimes the kid can have a good day, and as you see in this video with Junior, he was definitely having a good day. But crawling, you have to get your chest off of the ground. And with his body being floppy, because it hurts their bones, and it could also break their bones with them being so fragile as children. So again, where have we seen this before? Where have we seen a child have tantrums, and during set tantrum with cerebral palsy, their body stiffens? Hold on, check out the next clips.
Thank you. And okay, why you pulling my man like that? Definitely something that's out of the context of everything else that's pretty much been done. What's up? What's up? We like to stay in the now. Mainstream shows. I'm not gonna say white shows because it's just a super mainstream show, very popular. Is it your bike? A lot of white people watch them.
All right, so Sean Davy Way is breaking it down. Let's get the likes up. Now, Jerome says, I think it's very weird when people diagnose people without actually being their doctor. I disagree, Jerome. I know you may not like Sean Davy Way doing this, but I think it's majority of the people, when they see somebody on the street, they diagnose people. If you see a person that's cockeyed or his eyes rolling around, they're gonna say that nigga cockeyed. Now, you're not a doctor, you can't diagnose, but that's what people say. If people see you got a bump on your lip, they're gonna say you got herpes. You know, could it be not herpes? I don't know, but people gonna make that damn judgment. People are the world, humans are judgmental people. They're going to make a judgment. And most people, if they see something that doesn't look right, they're going to make a call on it. If I see a man and he got yellow shit in his eyes, I'm going to diagnose his ass. He got something. I don't know what he got, but he got some yellow shit in his eye. He don't look right. You know? So it's normal for people to make judgments on anybody from kids to adults based on what they see. I think it's very normal. Um, Let me see. We are clearly something wrong with it without a diagnosis. But don't you guys, what do y'all think? Do y'all think the world is more judgmental? Press 1 if the world is judgmental and they see something is wrong with somebody. They're going to diagnose their ass with the chicken pox. They're going to diagnose them with herpes. They're going to diagnose them with something. You know, they ain't a doctor, but they're going to say they got something. Something ain't right. If they hear a cough, And it sounds like bronchitis, they're going to say, your ass got bronchitis. Now, maybe you don't have bronchitis, but based on that cough, it sounds like bronchitis, and people are going to say you got bronchitis. And it's normal for people to do that. Is it right? No, it's not right because they're not a doctor, but people make calls all the time. It's normal for people to make calls. I don't think it's anything weird about it. I think weird is something that's not like majority of people don't do it. It's so different. But I think most humans make judgment calls. That's just what I see in my day to day. What else? It says I can't stand him. He's diagnosing without being a doctor. Well, I understand, Kathy, but most people are gonna do it. Most people are gonna judge and diagnose you. All right. People look at somebody and say they're gay. Now, do they know they're gay? Nope. But based on the looks, they may say they're gay. Some people going to make an assumption that you straight. People are going to assume, they're going to make assumptions. That is just how humans work. That is the norm. Is it right? It might not be right, but that's what they do. And that's what they've always done. All right, so let's get the likes up. If you guys want to say something more about this, feel free to hit that link and come up here. I would love to hear what you guys have to say.
But at the same time, support the other concept. I don't give a fuck. I like it. I'm not gonna say white shows because it's just a super mainstream show, very popular. A lot of white people watch them. But at the same time, support the other concept. I don't give a fuck.
Side note, when CHRISEAN Jr. was throwing a tantrum at Ray J's house and Ray J was recording Chrisean Rock and CHRISEAN Jr., she has no idea what's going on with him. She feels like it's something wrong in his diaper, that he went number 2, or that he's just trying to get down. No, he's not doing any of those things. If you pay attention to the early detection, it's his body stiffening. So she thought something was wrong in his
And the reason why she does this is because of her religion. Her religion tells her that nothing is wrong with him, and if anything is wrong with him, God can fix it. So she thinks in her mind, when she goes to the doctor and the doctor tells her you need to do X, Y, and Z, and your baby isn't normal, she is offended. And she takes her baby to the church house, and the church house says just donate money to God for your tithing. And what we're going to do is we're going to give your baby some anointed oil, and you just need to have faith and be obedient to God's word. And then he's going to heal your baby. And then they're going to tell her, God healed people from AIDS. God did this. God is a miracle worker. He can do so much. So in her mind, she's like, yes, this is what I want to hear. My baby is normal. The devil is a liar. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. And I'm not going to believe these doctors. I'd rather to pay money and let these church people lie to me. And that is what she gonna do. She just gonna stay prayed up, and she feel like the more harder she pray, the more better her baby will become. And God is gonna bless her, and it's gonna be a miracle. That is her belief. So that hinders her really taking the baby diagnosis seriously and really getting the help. Okay. So she's not gonna get that baby the help because she said God is gonna fix it. And God can do everything. So that's that on that. She don't need to listen on damn doctor. Okay. All right. So let's look at some comments. It says, hi everyone. What no normal to see a woman not to take Junior? Sony, some damn help. We all seen he never ate any food, not even a cookie or a cracker. Yeah, that's why Sean Davies say he gonna need a tube, a feeder tube. And they place feeder tubes in babies that have the condition that baby Junior has. But she's not going to do it because of her religion. Her religion told her that she don't need that, and if she believes in God, she got to have faith. And if she listens to the doctor, that's not her believing in God. That's her putting it in man's hand. So in order for God to heal her, she going to have faith and keep being obedient, keep going to church and keep donating to the church so God can heal her baby. All right? Yeah. And that's what they telling her. So that's what she feels, you know? Yeah. It says Ray J allegedly has only a few months to live because he done messed up his body with them sugar boogers. Ooh, them drugs is something else, ain't they? Them drugs is something else. Ooh, honey, that's weird. Isn't it awkward? It says, why won't someone intervene on Krishan Jr. behalf? The poor, sweet little baby is suffering. Cardi, she won't allow anybody to because of her religion. She went to the church. The church people told her, don't listen to no doctors, listen to God. And then they said that her sisters they want to get the kid help, but it seemed like every time she goes around those family members, they always get into it. They always end up fighting and nothing comes of it. So you can't, she's an adult. She's going to have to want to do it. She the one that has the most money. She the one that has the best resources. You know, she has everybody around her. She has resources to be around smart people. She has resources to take him to the best doctor, but she failed to. She don't want to. Okay. She said, God is going to fix it and don't you worry about it. So you're just going to have to let God fix it, I guess. It says she needs to see a doctor until God steps in. She says that if she believes in a doctor, that is her giving up on God. That's on her believing in man, you know? So she feels like she just have to be obedient and give money to the church and stay praying to the church, and God is going to make a miracle and he going to change baby Junior. People have told her, listen, something wrong with that baby. He suffers from this. He's doing this. And she keeps on telling them, no. Remember when that lady gave her that book about kids that deal with her issues? And she was so offended. She was so offended and she was so embarrassed. She almost cussed that lady out. And that lady came back and said she's so sorry. She didn't mean to offend her. But Krishan Rock, she get offended with that, because she feels like God is going to give her baby a miracle and he's going to be normal. And she feels like it's her fault that God cursed her to have a baby like this because she was doing all that drinking and fornicating, and she killed all those other kids. So she feels like now the only way to save her baby, if she be obedient to God's laws and keep giving money to the church, and then God is going to have mercy on her one day and he's going to cure her baby. And the reason why her baby is like this, because she killed all those kids and she disobeyed God. So she's okay with it because she feels like this is her fault, but she don't want to ever come out and say that. So she just trying to work on her relationship with God and being more obedient so God can give her grace and give her baby a miracle. All right. So yeah. So, honey, I got to get on out of here. You guys know I am doing a little tour tonight. We only got 48 likes. It'd be great if you guys can up the likes so we can get more likes. I really would appreciate it. It really would help. It really make a big difference when you guys like the video. All right. So I want to plug y'all into my next stop, because you guys know I'm always going around the world. Around the world. All right. So I'm about to plug y'all in. My next stop is going to be at the Juicy Leaks TV. I'm going to be talking about Krishan Rock's, no, who is this? Glorilla's sister. Next live stream. All right. So I'm going to be talking about Glorilla Sister. So feel free to join me if you dare. You know, I really appreciate the company. I just love to be around. If you guys can go over there and like the video, go over there and comment. I much appreciate it. If you guys are just getting here, comment on this video too. Like once this video in, like the live stream part, come back and comment. That really helps. And you guys just come back and comment and like the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for spending your time with me. And I'll see you guys on the next live. Okay. And hopefully when I get on live, you guys will come in faster. What's going on with the notifications? I need y'all up in here. All right. Bye.